Hi guys, welcome to Brand X Reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about the recent news report that Daniel Craig is going to come back as James Bond for a fifth film. Now this is something that's been kind of surrounded by a bit of controversy, I suppose, especially since the last film was being made, which was Spectre in 2015, because he made comments basically saying that he'd rather slash his wrists than come back. I think he was being flippant, to be honest. I know he's kind of elaborated on that. Whether or not he actually meant it or whether he was just kind of doing some damage control and he's kind of gone back on that, I don't know, because you don't want to look unprofessional, I suppose. I've seen some people in Hollywood kind of pay the price for that, like Josh Trank, for example. But that's a whole other story anyway. So the news story comes out of the UK Daily Mirror, and they've gone with the headline, and I would go as far as to say misleading headline, and I'm going to get into why. Daniel Craig will, in capital letters, will stay on as James Bond, and Adele is tipped to sing the theme again. So you can see there, that's the news article that we're talking about. So they've gone to the effort of saying, you know, he is going to come back. Sorry, I'm flipping you off there. I'll use that finger instead. That's what she said. So you've got this article here, and typical kind of Daily Mirror style, like I say, running with this, saying that he will come back. There's a number of problems with that. The article itself, from what, having read the article, they're not saying exactly where they're getting this from. It's kind of, they're saying that Barbara Broccoli, one of the main producers, is saying this, but she hasn't spoken to them as far as I can tell. It seems a bit vague. It kind of reads as if she spoke to them, but when you actually read it, it's more a source says that she says. So fair enough, that's a report. I mean, in the sort of entertainment industry, when there's like news that comes out, I tend to look at it as you've got three different stages. You've got your rumours, which are unfounded, usually bullshit. Sometimes they turn out to be true, but they're just rumours. We know what rumours are. Then you've got your second one, which is reports. Now, there's usually a reason for a report. Something like this, for example, somebody somewhere has said something. There's usually a bit of credibility to it as well, not just somebody like me in a room making stuff up. Well, I'm not making stuff up, but I'm at home. You know what I mean? I'm not in the movie studio. I'm nothing official. And then you've got your third one, which is your confirmed reports. And that's usually when there's a studio or an actor or something saying something official. So this is in the middle. This is a report. So it's noteworthy. And like I said, I'm doing this video basically to unspin some of the spin that's been put on this, because it's been kind of forwarded on by other newspapers like the Daily Mail in the UK. They've done their own report on this, making it out to sound like he is coming back when it's not confirmed. And even if this is true, even if they are actually doing what the article says they're doing, they're basically saying that he's in the sort of final stages of signing. He hasn't actually signed. So even if they're telling 100% truth of what they're telling is, it's still not confirmed. But then they run with a headline saying Daniel Craig will come back. And obviously people see the headline, they don't actually read the thing and think he is definitely coming back. It's confirmed because the Daily Mirror said so. So that's the point of this video, is to basically unspin that. So my other thoughts on just the concept of Daniel Craig coming back, he is my favourite of the James Bond actors. Sean Connery would be a close second. But my concern is fairly valid, really, because the same thing happened to Sean Connery when he came back for his fifth film. He was reluctant to do it, as it seems Daniel Craig is. So he may sign up, but he might not be on his A game, basically. And if you watch You Only Live Twice, that was the fifth Sean Connery film, you can kind of tell he's phoning it in. I mean, it's still a great performance. I mean, come on, it's Sean Connery, it's magic, you know. But at the same time, compare his actual acting in comparison to ones from the earlier films, it's not really quite the same standard, to be fair, and you can tell that he's just there because he kind of has to be. So I'm hoping that that's not what they do with Daniel Craig anyway. But not just that as well. I mean, I'm hoping that if they do bring him back, it doesn't kind of undo what I felt was a happy ending in Spectre, because he's literally going off into the sunset with the pretty girl, which we didn't see in any of the other Daniel Craig films if you rewind back to them. I mean, quickly going over the previous ones, Casino Royale ends with him going after Mr. White. I mean, great ending, but he's not going away with the pretty girl. He's not happy, ultimately. Quantum of Solace, yeah, he's had a bit of closure, but again, he's not kind of gone off with the girl, happy times kind of thing, like that you normally get with James Bond films, typically. I know they aren't normal James Bond films, but still. Then with Skyfall, again, it's a good ending, but he's returning to work, which is great, but again, no sort of, getting with the pretty girl. Spectre, on the other hand, he's come full circle in every way. Everybody that was responsible for doing to him, what happened to him in Casino Royale, and everything with Vesper, they've all got theirs, basically. And he's now with Mr. White's daughter, which is kind of vengeance in and of itself. Way to piss off your enemy, get with a daughter. But she is pretty fit as well, and they said they were in love. I mean, it felt a bit forced, to be fair. But, it is what it is. And he's literally driving off into the sunset with her. He's happy, he's come full circle. Great note to end it on, even if the film wasn't as good as maybe some of the other previous ones that he did. So I don't really want to undo that. I kind of like that's where it ended in, and he came full circle. We don't need to drag it out even more and maybe even undo some of that. I'm hoping not. Having said that, they can bring back Blofeld, I suppose. They can do other stuff with the other characters. I mean, they probably could anyway, to be honest, just because they're changing the actor that's playing Bond. They can still bring back the other actors as well. I mean, they did that with previous recastings of Bond, so they could do it again still, but I think it's just easier to bring back Daniel Craig, I guess. I'm just hoping it doesn't come at a cost to us fans, and they end up doing with Daniel Craig's outing what they did with Pierce Brosnan, Die Another Day. Worst ending to a James Bond film ever, with basically Pierce Brosnan doing the whole Benny Hill thing with Halle Berry, who is a great actress, but she was pretty shite in Die Another Day, and it was an embarrassing note to end Pierce Brosnan's outing on in such a way, and I'm hoping that they don't do that with Daniel Craig, because I was so happy with the way they kind of tied it in a bow right at the end of that film. So that's just my thoughts anyway. So I don't know, you can agree or disagree with my opinions, but like I say, I'm hoping that my unspinning some of the slant that they put on this, saying that he will come back, I'm hoping that you got something out of that, because the way that a lot of these other media outlets and YouTubers and bloggers and Facebook pages are kind of reporting on this as if he is confirmed to be coming back. When you look at it, it's not confirmed yet. And then we'll leave it there. If you want to follow me, Brand X Reviews, you can do so on the Facebook page, which is obviously Brand X Reviews. We've got a few other people actually helping out. We have written blogs as well, done by other people on there, so it's getting to be pretty good. So if you want to follow us, look us up on there, or subscribe on YouTube if you thought this video was interesting. And I will say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.